Guys, welcome to Master Programming MFC Programming Series. In this video, let's understand the execution of an MFC program. So let's get started. So if you look at other programming languages like C or C++ or Java or C Sharp, every programming language will have one main function, and execution of the program will start from those main functions. Either it can be a C main function or C++ main function. So generally execution will start from main function. But if you look at MFC program, in MFC I don't have any main function. Does it mean that MFC does not require main function to execute it? Or how does the MFC program gets executed? Or which is the starting point of an MFC program to get executed? So in this program, I have two classes. One class is derived from C framewind and the other classes derived from C WinApp. And for every MFC program, we need to include the header file afx win.h. And this header file is similar to stdio.h in C. So without this header file, we cannot write an MFC program. So this C framewind class is responsible for creating a window object, and this win app class is responsible for application object. So this application object will fold my Windows object. Okay. So let's come to the topic now. How my MFC program executes without the main function. Okay. So here what I'm doing is like I'm creating an instance of C WinApp derived class, my WinApp. So which is global instance. So MFC application execution begins from here. Where is main function in MFC? The main function in MFC is linked by the VC++ compiler during runtime or during execution of an MFC program. I will repeat it again. The main function in MFC is linked by VC++ compiler during execution of an MFC program. So where does this main function present in MFC is like in the file app module.cpp. Okay. So if you click on app module.cpp, so here I'm able to see the WinMain function, which internally calls afx WinMain function. Okay. So this is the main function for MFC, which is linked by VC++ compiler during the execution of an MFC program. So in MFC, the execution begins from the global application object. So global application objects are constructed before main function gets called. Now, how does MFC get an address of this global application object to create this frame window and to display the frame window? Because inside my WinApp, and I have overridden the init instance, which is the member function of CWinApp. So inside init instance, I'm creating an object of C frame window and calling show window to display the window. Okay. So as we all know, this WinMain function will call AFX WinMain internally. So let's look at the definition of AFX WinMain. What is happening inside AFX WinMain? In which file this function is defined is? This function is defined in the file called winmain.cpp. AFX WinMain is defined in a file called winmain.cpp, and this function, WinMain function, is defined in a file called appmodule.cpp, which is linked by the VC++ compiler. So now let's look at AFX WinMain, and let's try to understand how we get an instance of an our application derived class and create a frame window and display the frame window. So what is happening inside AFX WinMain is, so there's a call to AFX get app. Okay. So AFX get app will return an instance of CWinApp derived class. As discussed before, global objects are created before WinMain is called. So in AFX WinMain, we'll be getting an instance of the CWinApp derived class with this function AFX get app. So here if you look at the pointer is of type CWinApp, which is the base class. So here what it is doing internally is it is storing the address of the derived class, the WinApp derived class, in base class pointer. Once it gets the derived class pointer and it is stored in the base class pointer. After that, it is calling AFX WinInit. So if you remember, or if you remember, Win32 WinMain function takes 4 parameters like H instance, H previous instance, command line, and command show. What AFX WinInit will do is it will copy all these values to the application variable of CWinApp. Next, it is calling init application. So init application is used in Windows 16-bit operating system. So nowadays it is not used much. If my application is 16-bit, then to initialize the variables of the application class, this init application is used for Windows 16-bit operating system. As Windows 16-bit is out of scope, we no need to bother here. Next, AFX WinMain calls init instance function. So here you need to understand. So AFX WinMain calls init instance function. If you look at our source code, we have overridden the init instance function inside our CWinApp derived class, and this CWinApp base pointer stores the address of CWinApp derived class, which is my WinApp. So this function is executed inside AFX WinMain now with the call to this init instance. So what we are doing inside init instances, we are creating an instance of cFramewind, then assigning it to cwnap member variable and displaying the window. And this is the message loop in MFC program. Whatever messages your window gets or your application gets, all messages will be processed in this run function. So this message loop is similar to a Win32 message loop. So if you have written some Win32 programming, then you will be aware of this message loop. While get message and inside that there will be having translate and dispatch message. The same in MFC is implemented inside this run function. And how messages are processed in MFC is through macros. Right? We have three macros for processing messages in MFC. One is declare message map, begin message map, and end message map. And so this init instance is for initializing the application, and here we are able to see exit instance. Exit instance is for cleaning up of the application. If I want to uh, free the memory, if I want to clean up the code, then I can override exit instance in my application similar to init instance. Finally, there's a call to AFX win term. So this function will terminate the Windows application whenever my message loop retrieves WM underscore quit, or whenever my message loop process WM underscore quit, my application will be terminated. This is how execution in MFC program flows. Hey guys, so this is about this topic, how execution of an MFC program flows. So if you have any doubts or if you have any questions, please write out in the comment section. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.